Hey guys, good morning. How is everyone today? Hoping wonderful. I got a really good hour's sleep last night, or really good night's sleep. Hour. That would be a great thing. Okay, so as I promised in December, we were going to try to keep these to 10 minutes, and I did not do a very good job. So today, we're going to start a stopwatch and see if we can do this, okay? I did a majority of everything. I already cleansed. I did everything that I needed to do. What we wanted to talk about today was answer some of the questions I got on dark circles and puffiness all under the eyeballs. Everyone gets this. So, a couple of things. Genetics, hyperpigmentation, that has a lot to do with it. If you're pale like me, sometimes the blood vessels that are through here, the superficial ones, they shine through and it looks as if you have those lines or those really dark circles. Aging, you lose volume everywhere. Once you do, you don't get it back. So, but we could talk about that later. And allergies and frequent eye rubbing. People who are really harsh around this tissue is so super thin. So thin that if you continue to irritate there, you literally can rip that apart. Like you can do serious damage with your little fingers alone. So don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, what do you do to make it better? You have to sleep better. I know, so much easier said than done. You need to limit your alcohol intake. I hate even saying that out loud. But the more salt, the more dehydrated you become. So it obviously will change the look and feel of your skin. Your skincare routine. Huge. And I go over this so much that I'm not even going to dive into it today. But what I will say to you is if you're not moisturizing and cleansing and taking good care of your skin, my favorite product, this rose water, will do wonders for you. Not just from a toning perspective, but from a puffiness perspective. It really does help. Hydrate around your eyes. Our nighttime correcting cream is amazing because, like I said, it's thick, but it doesn't just lay on your face. You need to make sure that in the morning and at night that you are hydrating very well around your eyes, okay? Huge. Day and night. Hydrate. Drink more water. Now I sound like my nutritionist. But yes, these things will help. So you have them. What do you do about them? Well, I will tell you that there's a couple of things that I used to do wrong for a long time. I actually used to try to hide them with concealer and then do my whole face and think that it was good. And then at the end of the day, I was like, why does my face look like this? So two things. If you're using a liquid foundation, use a liquid concealer. If you're seeing that dry spot, those blotchiness, that's why you're seeing that. Prime. Always use a primer. I've had the same primer for 6.5 months now, and I'm just about out and I never bring it out because it's the old packaging. It's not the new packaging. But a little tiny bit goes a long way. If you're using too much primer, your face is going to slip right off. All that makeup, what was the point? So I always use the Mineral Touch because I love it and it's fantastic. But what I've been doing in the winter now, so you're going to go ahead, you're going to apply all of that. So your blemishes, you're going to do the same color. If you have blemishes like me, your concealer is going to be the same color. I still do that first. It's probably not the right way. It's the way that I do it, and my coverage is fine. And your dark circles are always going to be the opposite of what you want to color out. So cancel out. So if you have purple, you want to go to yellow tones. If you have redness, you want to go to green tones. I'm trying to think of the color wheel in my head. Bluish, you go to peachy tone color. It's easier said than done sometimes. So apply your concealer only where you need it. Only where you need it, okay? When you when you use your foundation, okay, that literally is it's taking all the natural contour right out of your face, okay? I did, thank God. So what you want to do is you want to bring it back. Contouring is a whole other story between dark and light and what you want to do and so on and so forth. And I used to do it with concealer. I now do it with the BB cream because it's winter, right? So what did I just say? Everybody has to moisturize. So I use a very little bit of this. And I do use my fingers. And the reason that I do is because it gets really nice and warm. Okay? And this is after you do your whole face. And you want to do a triangle. Under your eyes, to your hairline, down your nose. This whole area. Don't just do under your eyes, okay? Because you want that light reflective to go there, okay? And then I take the same brush that I use for my foundation, or I use that nice foundation brush, but I usually use that for my mask, so I'm trying. And I go through here, okay? Now, the other thing that you could do to just try to help protect or reflect some of the light is the line down your nose, okay? That's another area that you want to. Sorry if you hear all that background noise. That's my poor daughter trying to be my friend and my loving husband telling her that she can't come up right now. Okay? And the reason that I apply this BB cream with my hands is simply just because of the warming property. Sometimes when you put concealer on, it's easier. And if you're commenting, I'm so sorry, I still can't see comments. I don't know. Facebook and I are not getting along lately. And then whenever I do my whole face, and once I've done that, and you can actually see, I don't know if you can see, there's a difference. And of underneath, it looks much lighter. It's all about the blending. Blend, 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 blend. Blend until, oh, my timer went away. How am I going to keep to my 9 minutes if my timer goes away? You want to blend until your little heart's content. It's all about the blending. All about the blending. All about the blending. And then I always go over everything with like a translucent powder. Now, this isn't translucent. It's got a little bit of color to it. That's okay. And the nice, bigger puffer brush actually helps blend everything in together as well. So, ask away. I will answer all of your questions afterwards. If this makes sense, hearts, likes, do whatever you like. That would be great. Show a little love. The only other thing that I do want to talk about is this wonderful product. This is, you can't live without. I didn't realize how important or how wonderful this bronzer is. So ours is baked and it's matte and shiny, and you want that. If you want to get very skilled like makeup artists, trust me, you could do some damage with this stuff, with where you want to put light, where you want to put dark, but you always want to right underneath where your cheekbone is, okay? Because you want to create that shadow and that depth. That's what you want to do. And you want to go from like the hairline. Don't get crazy with this, because I've done that. You only want to go about midway down your face and right under the cheekbone. The cheekbones are only oh, Cheryl, I can see your comments. You're like a gift from God this morning. Oh my gosh. I'm finding that any kind of powder is making me look older. You need to start using the liquid. You know what? You know how I just sent you out those samples for, so sorry, the mask? I'm going to send you samples out for this liquid foundation. Are you using, the more, what happens sometimes is when you use the powder, I've noticed this at least, and then you go, because we have this stuff is amazing, and you can use it wet, but then when you go to put your cream or anything else on it, it gets real cakey. And if you're not using a primer, your moisturizer and that powder is mixing together, and eventually it's just going to start to look like it falls in all those little lines and stuff, and it's just not pretty. So I will tell you that primer, 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 primer. The other thing that you want to do is just down. And I usually use this little tiny brush to go just down little sides. Hi, Miss Pam. How are you? I saw you saw Bob's post. I love the fact I can see comments. I love talking. This is so wonderful. And we're going to church, so we're not going to do a real dark lip. Let's do just a little hit here. Now, I will say this. As most of you know, with the whole skin cancer deal, I have the most wonderful esthetician and plastic surgeon. So some of these volume losses that we talk about, we could do a lot of nice, and you can actually see the difference now. And this looks brighter, like your eyes actually pop a little bit, right? These are just little tricks that, and it's taken me a while. Don't get me wrong. I've done a lot of research and some training through Younique and watching other people and so on and so forth. And not a makeup artist, not an expert at all. These are just tricks that I've learned with some of these products that I absolutely love. And now we're at 9 minutes, so I'm done. So I'll continue to talk, but I always promise that these videos will be 10 minutes or less, and I always wind up going well over. And the more dry you are, The BB Flawless, what is nice is it gives that moisture back. Like I'm usually pretty oily in the summertime. Could you do your brows? I already did my brows. Do you want me to go get the brow stuff and I could show you real quick what I did? It's so easy. And hang on, Pam. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. Yes, I can. Now I've already, okay, yes, please. You're so polite when you ask for things too. So one quick thing to mention, I have no eyebrows because I'm blonder than blonde. So that nice esthetician that I mentioned before, she actually does the, when I had this last surgery, I had a little bit of droop here. So I felt as if I had to keep coloring these in. So I am actually having these done. I had my first step done. And we're going to do our second one. And I can share her name because she's fantastic, because I don't want to do this every day. I want to wake up with eyebrows on fleek. So what you're going to do, so this is ours. So this has this little brush on the end, and most do. And I never knew what that brush was for. I thought it was junk. It's not. Then there's the little tip, okay? Take this little brush and brush your eyebrow down, okay? Once you've done that, you're going to literally draw. And don't be afraid. Draw from here, follow your natural line, go all the way down to where you need to go to. And stick within the eye, okay? That's what you want, okay? And then on the bottom, draw a quick little line this way, and then just go right up. Now, you can get into contouring this too using darker. You want to use the darker here in the crease versus the lighter here. Oh, I've never noticed that I can actually see all of this. So once you do this and you fill in a couple of the spots, you'll look like you just drew on your eyebrows, which personally is not a good look. I know a lot of people who love it, so that's wonderful. And then you're going to take this brush and you're literally going to blend it right in. Sorry, I can't actually see better here. Go up. And your color is completely the same all the way through and blended. This is the best blending tool I've ever, I never knew how wonderful this was until I had this product. Now, if you've got some really nice brow color, right, but you're thinking, they're a little all over the place, or they just don't look even, this is the gel that we have. And this, again, a little bit goes a long way. It's got that cute little brush on it, right? And you're just going to blend this right on. Ta-da. And this will tame and comb and keep everything in place of what you already did. Actually, I need mine done. Okay? Fantastic. Does that answer your question? I'm telling you, the drawn on look is not my thing. It's not my thing. But when you draw these on and then you blend them in, literally by brushing down, draw, fill in whatever you want. Again, stay within. Make sure that your point is always right above that nice little piece in your eye. Oh, perfect. Brush them up. Brush them down first again to blend that line in, and then brush them back up. And you should be all set. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's all about the eyebrows and the lips lately for me. And I just figured out. I didn't believe anybody when they had said, oh, when you use a darker lipstick, it actually helps you look more awake. And I never really believed anybody when they said that, but I tested it this week, and I have to tell you, there was a night that I barely slept. I was so excited. We had a sales month that was just out of this world, and Krista set up a training for her team with one of the Black status leaders, which is absolutely amazing. And I was so pumped. It was at 9 o'clock at night, so as you all know, that's kind of right around my bedtime. And after that was oh, you're so welcome, Pam. Yes, we do need to have lunch. And I'd love to tell you you know what? I'm starting to get really bad at setting up these lunch dates. This day job of mine seems to keep me quite busy. So this week is kind of out. And the only reason why I say that is because we're actually going to Jersey this week, Cheryl. Mario has retired from Sharp. So we are doing his retirement dinner down in Morristown. And then I actually have off on Friday, and I am going to see one of my dearest and loveliest friends purchased the kit that I talked about earlier. I think it was last week. And I'm dying to see it. I mean, there's only one time that I ever thought, oh, I wish I wouldn't have bought into Younique. And this was probably the time, because that kit is amazing. Almost $300 worth of product for 99 bucks. Who can go wrong? So until they changed it, I have a couple of people who have been grabbing them, and that's great, but they're not local. So she is literally right down local. So I am going to catch up with her on Friday morning, and I'm actually going to go live to show everybody what's all in the kit, because I'm super excited too. So we can show everybody. So thank you. Ah, I feel the love, ladies. So maybe next week. Cheryl, do you have a day that works better for you that's during the week? Because I know that sometimes you're running around like crazy, checking things out for people all over the Lehigh Valley. It still has to be really cool career change for you. I'm so excited. I really, really am for you. Although the problem with buying and selling and helping people with interior is, I think you would drive your husband crazy. Poor Bruce. I would always want something different. I'd always see something better out there and think, oh, if we had this house, we could do this. Or, oh, if we had this, we could do that. And we all know my husband is the visionary of that family. So that would be terrible. I know. Oh, you're so sweet. My schedule is a disaster. That's what my schedule is. Okay. I am going to get back to you, and we'll do something next week. This week is insanity, but next week should be better. So hopefully I answered everybody's questions. I know I'm well outside of my 10 minutes, but I loved chatting with you ladies this morning. I love you too. Thank you for the hearts. I'm actually going to share this on I tried to do this on my personal page. Facebook just doesn't like me, but my comments are back, so I don't care. I'll do all of them through here and share them there if I want to. I'd much rather be able to chat with you guys than not. So have a wonderful, wonderful day, guys. And any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, take care. Thanks again for tuning in. Bye.